What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Rob, and I'm back with another video, and I'm here to talk about the Note 10. Now, this is a model. This is not the real deal. I am not one of the tech guys where you're able to get things earlier than normal. This is just a model, but I'm using this, to help emphasize a point in this video. Now, when I saw the stats and the information about the Note 10, I was somewhat less than satisfied about what I was seeing and what was being taken away. I kind of felt like this was omission by subtraction. And there was a lot of things taken away. The display is not a 2K display, even though it is a 1080 display. A Samsung's AMOLED 1080 display is better than most phones that's out today, but at the same time, I kind of wish that they would put a 2K in it. No SD card slot. The S Pen, I think, would not have the same features. If they do, let me know down below. I'm not quite sure, but I think the S Pen and the regular Note 10 and the Note 10 Plus don't share that gyroscopic pen gesturing deal that they have with the 10 Plus. The camera sensors are different. You don't have that depth of field camera sensor off to the side. So I mean, there's a lot of things in my opinion that's missing, which is making me think, how do you recommend a phone like this? Do you even recommend it? Because in my opinion, there are other phones that now becomes factor in based on this price. And that phone is the Note 9. Now, as you can see here, Note 9 is a much larger phone than the normal Note 10, but it does have a 2K display, does have expandable SD card slot. But I tried to remove myself from the techie in me, and I try to envision this as I'm talking to my friend. And usually when most people see a new phone or see me with a new phone, they do a couple of things. They'll pick up the phone, they want to check it out, see how I feel in your hand, look at the size of it. They pretty much do a few standard things. Look at the display, how it feels inside, and just, they kind of try to, look around and get an idea of what they're going to think they're dealing with. And a lot of times, here's another funny thing. A lot of people, you could tell them what the name of this phone is, and they couldn't tell you the difference between this being a Note 10 or a Note 9 or when this phone even was released. If you really want to get down to it, most average consumers couldn't tell you when a phone was released. I think maybe the only phone that gets enough ink where it seeps into the general public is actually the iPhone, because they advertise it, they hit you hard over the head right before, during, and after the release of their phone. So, in my opinion, I think the Note 9 can be and is probably a better option for your average consumer. People will still want to have this physical fingerprint sensor. I know people can get used to the fingerprint sensor in the display. And if it's the only option that you have, most people will adjust and pretty much go with it. But when you have an option of a physical fingerprint on the back of a phone, most people would go with that. If you're telling them that this much bigger phone is cheaper than this smaller phone, you gotta remember, people sometimes get quality confused by the actual size of the phone itself. So going into this, most people would probably think a larger phone for a lesser price is a better phone, not knowing what's under the hood of both of these phones. So that will play a factor, I think, in this S10, this Note 10, trying to make it or break it. Now, also another factor that plays in, if they don't want the Note, you're going to have a discounted S9 Plus and S9, which will have pretty much the same features. You're going to have a headphone jack. You're also going to have expandable SD card storage, and it's going to be cheaper than the Note 10. Then you got a phone in the OnePlus 7 Pro, which uses a Samsung display, which is better than all three of them and can possibly be better than the Note 10 Plus, and for a cheaper price out the gate. So I think the Note 10 is going to be a hard phone to sell. I think in the long run, this phone will be discounted, and I'm talking about discounted big time after the first of the year. For the most part, there's just too many other phones out here that can bring misery and low sales for this phone. And depending on when the new iPhone 11R comes in, it can make things even worse for Samsung on the horizon. So with that in mind, people, note Samsung, you're going to have a lot of these phones laying around. So that pretty much does it for this video, everybody. Just giving you my opinion. If you think different, please leave your comments down below. Let's start a conversation with that. I'd like to know what other people think. Am I off? Do you think my line of thought is right? Let me know. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. If you like videos like this, also let me know. Other than that, everybody, I'll catch you in the next one. I'm out.